So Blood Quantum. I don't know why I'm laughing. Blood Quantum is independent zombie flick, which I know another zombie movie. This one's a little bit different, so we're gonna talk about it. Blood Quantum is about a group of indigenous people, or I don't know the proper terminology to be PC, Native Americans, I guess you want to call them, Indians. I don't are caught in a zombie outbreak, and the kicker is that the only people who don't get affected by it are them, the indigenous people. So it becomes a movie about survival and nature and all that good stuff that zombie flicks tackle. That this tackles the same subject matters. It's fine. But the good, this film starts, the first half hour is freaking incredible. I love the first half hour. It opens with a super cool scene of an elderly man fishing, catching fish, going to clean them, gut the fish, pull out the guts, clean them out. And when he guts the fish start moving, and it's like they're alive after being clean, gutted, and all that stuff. And you get this sense like, okay, this is real stuff. And it's right out the gate, and the first half hour is incredible. The zombie makeup is pretty good. I like that they use fast zombies. I'm not a fan of like slow zombies. I like zombies that haul ass, like they're like thirsting for brains or flesh or whatever you want to claim they eat. And the set pieces are pretty cool. The action set pieces are pretty cool, and some of the characters are super fun. They're super enjoyable to watch. But I know this got a ton of praise. I'm not a fan of it because after the first half hour, the more the film goes on, the more it goes downhill, and it becomes extremely standard. Becomes all the zombie tropes that you've seen before, outside of like, oh, the virus only affects white people. Well, not only affects white people, but all we see is white zombies. So I'm just saying, and that brings me to a negative. I'm all for diversity in film. I love it. When I start to watch this, I'm like, yes, because I don't even know the last time I've seen a movie that was led by Native American people. I honestly don't know. So I'm like, this is hype. But what killed it for me was the whole virus, because you don't know where the virus stems from. You don't know what caused it. You don't know why these people are immune to it. So it's just like, this is happening to happen. And I'm usually cool with it. But in this movie, when you do, it happens just to happen with no explanation. The second you start to think about the characters, the plot, what the virus is, it kind of starts to fall apart. Because it's like, is it just white people that get infected? Can, like, the other nationalities get infected? Or is it just like the Native Americans that don't get infected? What about blacks or Mexicans or Asians or like Nordic people or like people from like Europe? It's like what's happening here, and you never figure it out. They never tell you, and the virus kind of has its own rules. Because in the first half hour, you see fish and a dog get infected, and then later in the movie, they're like, "Oh, we have to hunt because the fish are infected, so we have to hunt and get like live animals to eat." And I'm like, but wouldn't they be infected as well? Like, couldn't they turn as well? Because, like, if the fish turn and a dog turns, what does that mean? This infects all animals? And if not, why just those specific ones? It's like, if this is against humans, why would it affect animals? It just. And there's a villainous character. His motives are all over the place, and they don't really make sense when you think about it. You're just sitting there like, why is this guy doing this? What is happening? What's his giant scheme? And the ending I don't like, because it's supposed to be like hopeful and like, yay, go team. And then it's like, when you think about it, you're like, oh no, this isn't going to work out at all. This isn't hopeful. This is like these characters are marked for death. And it's just like I think if this had another few passes in the screenwriting phase or had someone else look over the screenplay, I think it would have turned out stronger. Oh, and I forgot to mention this. After the first half hour, there is a time jump of 6 months, and I personally would have rather seen this outbreak happen and lead up, not just be like, okay, zombies, boom, time skip, survival, build a town and defend from zombies, you know? Because very few zombie movies actually show the outbreak happen, which is like Dawn of the Dead is so good. Even like Last of Us, you see the start of the outbreak happening, and you actually, well, in the Last of Us, you play through it, but in like movies, you watch it happening. I think that stuff's really cool. I always find like how an outbreak starts in zombie movies more thrilling and engaging than, oh, zombies, we gotta survive, because then it just becomes like really basic because you can only do so much with a zombie movie. And this film, outside of the first half hour, didn't do much new with it. And like the whole like, we can't get infected, go team go, is kind of cool until you think about it, because it doesn't explain like why or how or what other races or nationalities can and can't get infected by it. It's kind of odd, and I understand. And oh, and the themes and the metaphors are hand-fisted. Like, we get it. It's a metaphor for colonialism. White people are bad. We took your land. It's evident. It's clear, and it's shown a lot, or not shown, but like from the way the characters speak and like what the movie shows. Like, pull it back some and just let the theme breathe by itself. You don't have to keep reminding us. And it's just like it's fine. I guess I was just expecting more from the praise it got, but it's alright. Like, it's a perfect 5.5, 6 out of 10 movie. It's nothing great, but it's not terrible. It's just a fine zombie flick with a half baked twist on the genre, which could have been really cool if more thought and more process went behind it, in my opinion. But that's just me. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, or whatever. Thanks for watching.